What's up, everybody? Okay, I know it's been a minute, so I wanted to jump back in here and start to review projects that we've been working on, right, with our strength and conditioning exercise block. So I was looking through here, and a lot of folks have been really good and are starting to turn in all these different things. We're going to look through, take a look, and see how things are going. So we'll start first with I think we looked at tree types last time. We did dogs as well, I believe. Yep, we did dogs. Right. Let's see here. Yeah, I think that one. Let's double check and make sure. I don't want to sleep on this stuff because I know you guys are working hard and it's important that we take a look here. We'll jump back to the previous activity. We'll check out the cars, and then here we'll go through these submissions here. Take a look at what we've got going on. Okay. All right. First and foremost, all right, we've got Anna. All right, nice work, Anna. You've got all these different breeds. This is fantastic. Let's see. Yeah, really good stuff. Good drawings. I have a strange feeling we looked at these, but let's keep going. Let's see. Maybe we didn't. Let's see what's going on. All right, Kevion, my friend, you got to turn this in, my dude. Okay, Danielle. All right. Nice, Danielle. All right, we got a bunch of doggy heads, a few dog bodies, but mostly dog heads. Pretty good. All right, so with these, one thing that I'm noticing is we need a little bit better lighting to see all of your drawings. So I think we got to figure out how to not just use the flash, but take these in a location that has even lighting. But really what I'm concerned with here is that you have a good sketch line to kind of lay things down. But I think once you're done doing sketch, look how much more confident you are in this drawing than you are in this drawing. You're trying more here. And this one, you're just laying down lines. That's working out good. I'd love to see you sort of go back in with this line confidence on this. That's really important. So, okay, not bad. I think, let's see, Danielle, you kind of step these up a little bit, right? We're going to look at the cars, so we'll take a look at that in a second here and see what's going on. All right, we got Shannon here. All right, Shannon's got a lot of Disney-looking dogs going on. All right, couple of heads. Not bad. It would be great, yeah, if we can see more dog bodies. I think, it's important. You got a lot of good expressions and everything. They definitely look like some what I guess we call them anthropomorphs, right? Where dogs look like people. Cool. So we got a lot of styles in here. Looks like the way you shot this here, some of the graphite's reflecting. So I think, same thing. You just got to get into a better environment, but not bad. Unless maybe you scan these, I wonder, because the paper looks pretty white. I feel like we saw these. Yeah, I think we saw these. All right. Well, anyway, we're looking again. I'm just, it's good to get reacquainted. And then we'll shift over to talking about cars. Okay. Let's see. So we got Chandler. All right, Chandler, do me a favor, dude. All right. So everybody needs to know this. So we can't support here in my courses JPEG. Okay. I'm not sure how that gets made or whatever, but yeah, we can't do it. So it might be from scans or whatever. It might be from if you're doing a scan through the printer, those things just don't. And then emailing those, they just don't work because they give us this JPEG. So Chandler, do me a favor, my friend, change this to JPG, right? All you have to do is just download the file, change it, save it. It'll be good in the system. Okay. Make sure that happens, please. That would be fantastic. Okay, Allie. Oh no, Allie, same deal. Do me a favor, please. Update these to all be JPGs, right? Get rid of that E. Yeah. Looks like from maybe a digital camera or I don't know. Guys, tell me if you have JPEG, how are you getting that, right? How is that sort of popping up inside of your stuff there? So, nice. Yeah, we did look at these because Ida, I remember you had all these drawings kind of taped together. Yeah, these are fun. Very cool. Lots of different styles. Ooh, you've got implied line here. We talked today in History of Design about implied line, right, with the Beggarstaff brothers. So they're famous illustrators, and they used to use implied line, just like you did here with this dog with the spots, most likely a Dalmatian. Cool. These are really great. Great use of gray. You've got a good sense of tones. Yeah, and then you've got your fun cartoon friend in here. Good stuff. Nice. Yeah, I appreciate all the bodies and the different types. Okay. All right. Moving along. Here we go. Thanks, Ida. Okay, we've got Aspen. Nice work. Okay, so Aspen, I have looked at your work, your previous stuff, creative process. This is so your style. So this is very tight. Looking at your creative process piece, that one was really strong. Um, I, yeah, so good stuff. I know we have looked at this. I did comment last time. Now that I'm seeing this, I'm remembering, wondering if you had based this off of reference or something. But now I can see that like you've been working at this style for a little while. You've certainly defined it. You know well how to handle um, outline and eyes, and you've got this cool stippling technique as well as the softening going on, right? The side of the pencil that you're using to create gray tones. So good stuff. I would suggest maybe playing with line weight. You might find that line weight is in your future to experiment. We looked at that one video that talked about draftsman style. That's sort of something that goes on. Yep, and it looks like I put some comments in here. I had much more shading and coloring than I could convince the scanner to pick up on. Okay, but alas. All right, not bad. Well, maybe we'll start using the camera, right? The scanner's misbehaving here. But I appreciate these Aspen. These are strong, right? Really strong. You've got a real good sense here. I'm excited to see how your illustration style really evolves. We're going to push it and pull it for sure. But yeah, these are great, great pieces. Okay, next. Oh, well, back to Anna. Okay, cool. So there's a small group here, not too bad. I really am happy with these. I'm not going to grade these on camera, obviously, but I will come back in and make sure that you guys have grades for those. Okay. All right, let's move along. Scrolling down. Now we're looking at cars. All right. So I gave you these Picto line art cars. A full house. Loving it. All right. Hopefully we don't have any issues with JPEGs. That would be amazing if that were the case. Ooh. All right. Anna, hey, these are like a step above from last time. Nice improvement for sure. Really good. Wow, yeah, if you can get some like European models in here of some cars. Fantastic. Really good. I mean, I'm doing squint tests. You have good positive, negative going on, good shadows, good tones. I can tell you work this, right? I can see all your smudging and everything going on here. Oh, you even erased. Yep, started again. Nice. He worked at these. Good stuff. And then you got a second one here, Cars 2, Electric Boogaloo. Nice. Wow. Yeah, sports cars, food trucks, all types. Yeah, you got the axles right here, triple axle. Amazing. This is some old, looks like an old Packard or like even like an old Rolls Royce. Wow. Nice. Solid. I'm looking though, and it looks like some of your cars have like a bend in them. Like they kind of been bent. Like they're kind of like an arc. Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, cars are cars. Like when we did car drawings and stuff, we did the same exact drawing in college. I had a teacher who was so technical, and that's like all he cared about was that like all the tires touched the ground and blah 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 and everything. And it's like, okay, those are polish points, right? For sketches, yeah, that's comments that I would give. Same comments that he would give, but there's just things that like they were very into physically. So, for example, like this tire of this bus needs to be much further back. Otherwise, this bus is going to be skidding on its back here, right down the highway. Again, right, stuff we can use to push forward, right? It's a pencil sketch. Next, we're going to be looking at how to get things into the vector environment. So, yeah, right, really good. Anna, all in all, solid. Really pleased with these. This is definitely like step up from your from the first round of stuff with the dogs, but people get serious around this time. Kevian, all right, fantastic. So we got a piece. All right, this must become a JPG. So you got to download this, save it as JPG, and then replace this one, right, with the brand new file. It's just my courses won't read the JPEG for some reason. It just doesn't like it. Okay, next is Danielle. Hey, nice, Danielle. Well, you got quite a bit here. Fantastic. Cool. Yeah, these are much tighter than last time, right? With the dog drawings. Super complete. Yeah, it seemed like the example helped you out really well here. Cool. These are fun. Yeah, I like your sort of like approach where you have the tighter line, the shaded gray portion. There's always something like that in each of these. And then your little shading methods. That's a lot of fun. So a little cross hatching going on. Awesome. Really fantastic. Yeah, solid. Right. You got some misaligned wheels, but yeah, again, I know that that's something that would translate well into the vector process. Cool. Thank you, Danielle. All right. Keeping on moving. Okay, Shannon. Hey, nice, Shannon. All right, cool. Oh, sorry. Why I keep doing that? I think this should take me back. Oh, to Annis. All right, let's see. User, let's get to Shannon. Kevion. Danielle. All right, here's Shannon. Cool. All right, so we got 3 pages here. Sorry, I keep doing this. I'm trying not to. Okay, let's see the next page. Nice. Okay, so definitely got a look here, right? A cartoon style, which is dope. I think that's fun. So you're solid on these profile images. Like, I think that's working really nice. Once we start to change angle, though, I can tell like you've got some perspective things going on. It's interesting though what you've done, right? Because it looks like we can see like a lot more of the truck. Like it's kind of like it was shot with like a fisheye lens, right? Which distorts reality. But once we get into sort of angles, I can tell like your cars get kind of lose a little bit of their shape. Like this guy like kind of looks like the speed buggy. I don't know if you guys from Hanna-Barbera, the same cartoon makers who made Scooby-Doo, used to make this show called Speed Buggy, and like these kids who looked oddly like the Scooby Gang, because you know reusing cartoons is cheaper, would drive around in a speed buggy that talked. Anyway, Speed would like he'd move and he'd kind of bunch up and stuff, and he kind of moved like a you know like an animal a little bit, like but when your cars sort of bunch up, they kind of remind me of that. Like there's communicating a little bit of emotion, especially this one. It looks like with the eyes and whatnot, and the way he's standing, like he's kind of like a Cars character. So anyway, just something to be aware of, right? Is that like when you are drawing in 3 dimensions, you should draw a cube, and you know, try to create horizon lines and perspective lines, so that way you can follow it along. If you're really going for that technical aspect, right? I mean, but you could treat this as a stylization. I mean, like I said, I cited you an example of something that is a stylized car, right? That talks. So cool. I like these, Shannon. Definitely a tighter improvement from last time. You know, I'd love to see you sort of try to calm your pencil down. Like this one has a lot of action lines. Maybe go in and erase a little bit, and then try to tighten up after you've laid down some of those sketch lines to feel out where you want to put your final line. But I think that's something I would say is like try to then come like this one's really getting on the air of tight, but this guy has sort of balanced grays. I'm not seeing a differentiation between darks and lights in a way that, you know, I think some of the more successful ones have. So, all right. Thank you for those. All right, Chandler. Yep. We're in the same boat. Make sure we fix this JPG, not JPEG. Okay. Download the file, right? Save it. You can click save it, change it, and then repost it for us, my friend. Okay. Let's see. Oi, Attack of the JPEGs. All right, Allie, we got to do the same thing. Download them, change them. What's next? Okay, Ida. Let's see what Ida has. Oh, all right, all kinds of stuff. Fun. Okay, so we've got these sort of quick digital, fun little jammies. Oh, this is neat. It's like colored graphic pen or pencil. Nice. Fun. I'm I'm curious to hear sort of your approach, like why you maybe chose to do these things this way, because this style is much more rudimentary compared to these two. This seems to be you're much more refined. Your your prime time style, right? The one that you bring that's like, all right, it's Ida time. Cool. This is really good. You're really like a master of the 45-degree cross hatching. Yeah, this one right here, this really feels like concept car technical rendering. This is cool. Yeah, when I was here, I'll show you concept car marker rendering. This is what, like, back in the day, folks in my commercial art studios and stuff in college and in high school, they would draw these marker renderings of concept cars, and it was just all day cars, concept cars, like stuff from the future, right? I mean, you see this here, like this is classic though. Yep, 78 Cliff Rudel. So, right, taking a look at this type of an automobile, and it's like, man. So folks would sit for hours, hours, hours drawing like these interiors and all this stuff before there was really software to do this. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I put in marker rendering, but you've got the pencil sketch aesthetic really down. I mean, this is the look of that car style. So I don't know if you've ever done that, but you seem to be channeling it pretty well. You may have come across something like that. But anyway, these are pretty impressive. I really like the way they're all coming together. I'd love to see them a little bigger. You know, it seems like you fit quite a bit of stuff into here. So maybe allowing us. I know it's a 25 cars type of thing, and we're getting it done. I get it. But you know, these are strong. Some of these we could meditate on. They'd be pretty cool as a bigger piece. Nice, Ida. And I want to ask you about these ones, right? Kind of what inspires you to use this sort of more rudimentary style, right? Right. It appears as a child, right, has maybe drawn them or attempted to draw them, right, compared to what you're showing here. So anyway, I find it interesting, but I'd love to know more. All right, let's keep on rolling. Okay, Aspen. Oh, here we are. All right. All sorts of colors, all sorts of kinds of cars. Wow. This cool tractor thing. Wow. Truckosaurus with the flames. SWAT team. Oh, man, these are fun. Wow. Lots of fun. Very cool. All right. So, I mean, you've got the kind of cartoon. This is your style again coming through. I see the rapidograph black ink. I mean, you've really got that down. That's pretty sharp. Good use of color. My eyes ping, 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 bouncing all around. I'm not sure if you were considering an overall composition when you laid this out, but nonetheless, I like your color placement. Fun. Yeah, I mean, you're really flexing here. I think this is really looking good. You know what I would say is let's try some shading, right? It's like I'd love to see how you are graphically shading. You're really good at sort of laying down these colors and stuff. It's almost like you can shade with markers. But I wonder, you know, with black, it'd be pretty cool to see how you do with that. I guess we'll see in future drawings. Nice work. Yeah, these are strong. All right, I think it will take us back here now to Anna. Okay, so friends, make sure if we spoke here, and if I, when I grade these, I'm going to put a 0 right for now. So that's going to be there to annoy you. So that way you go, whoa, I have a 0. And then you'll say, Mike, here's the new image. I'll look at it and I'll change it to match. Okay. No penalty for having JPEG. Just please, like, get it to me this week. That'd be really fantastic. All right. So we're going to back out of cars now. Okay. We looked at trees. We looked at dogs, right? Let's see what else. What else is in the space? Dogs. Okay, we're up to faces, right? We have faces and then facial expressions. So exciting. All right. So, you know, we're doing all this drawing, right? Because we're going to be doing we're going to be creating a mascot, right? So a character, a cartoon character, an illustrated character who's going to be the mascot, right? To represent the product, service, institution, or idea, right? I mean, we even have a mascot in the US, right? Like we have the Eagle, we have Uncle Sam, we have Statue of Liberty, right? We have Columbia. We have sort of all these things that represent the United States, right? So you're going to come up with one, and that's why we're doing all this drawings that we can build towards, you know, really looking at successfully producing this and feeling like, wow, I just did a bunch of stuff to come up with these ideas. Hey, nice. All right. So let's start here with Anna. All right. So, right, we asked you to draw just 25 faces. All right. It wasn't too much sort of instruction or anything. We didn't talk about doing the Riley face method or any of the sort of I guess what would it be, the Loomis face method, the cross on the face, right? To construct these things. We are going to talk about that when we get into our mascot, right? This is really just to like see how you do things, right? I really want to study your habits and things like that. But probably my advice today, a lot of it's going to be is to work with the Riley method. Okay. All right. So let's get into this here. So we got Anna, we got 2 pages, right, which we can see the back of it and the front of it at the same one. Fantastic. Okay, so you've been drawing this way for a while, I can tell, because what we can see in here is that you're very, very good at differentiating different folks, right, as you interpret them, right? They mostly have all the same eyes, but the color's different, the skin tone's different, hairstyle's different. They have different uh, 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 I guess face accessories like glasses, and I'm not seeing any other, well, facial hair, right? There's some fun things, or lack of hair with dad. Sorry, dad. So, yeah, this is nice. You've got a great variety here. I think some of these are definitely stronger than others, right? Like, um, I can't read the name here. Jazul, perhaps, maybe. I don't know. I can't read it. I'm sorry. But this one's really good. Like, this one looks solid. Like, all the pieces are just well balanced, strongly laid out, right? And then I would say one that's, like, not as strong. Let's see. Like, I hate to say it, but, like, I think dad could use a little more time, right? I think, like, you did a nice job sort of, locking this together, but he's got some sort of frumpiness to the lines here. I think you can embolden them a little bit more. It looks like you painted over the black line. I think that's something that I would try to address, right? Um, let's see. Yeah, and it seems like when you're doing three-quarter angle, because this one here is three-quarter angle, that's pretty good for you. You like to do that. It's because you're tilting noses left and right. I mean, you're doing things already that are sort of denoting that your people are looking three-quarter angle left or three-quarter angle right, right? So we have straight on face. When you turn it to the left or to the right, all the way, that's called profile. And then in between profile and straight on is three quarter left, three quarter right. So that's how that goes. So that's when we notice like we can see the side of the nose and all of those things, right? I think that's really what's going on. Oh, I like Zuri here. She looks fun. Yeah. And really good on you, Anna. You put the dots inside the eyes, right? Like the highlight of an eye. It really like lets us know that someone is alive, in fact. Right? It just shows that there's moisture on your eyes. Cool. Okay. Super solid start, right? I'm really pleased with these. You even got like rosiness on the cheeks. I mean, you've got some good techniques in here. I can tell that like you get it, right? As far as where things going. All right, Kevion, we need a project friend. Okay, let's see. Danielle. Danielle and faces. All right. Cool. Nice. All right. So you've got a little bit of a variety of style here. Some of this is even getting into Rugrats-esque things, right? With the way that you're treating eyes and the way that you're drawing facial features. This is a lot of fun. All right. Some of these are definitely stronger than others, right? Like I love this woman here that's maybe in hijab, it looks like. I think that's a strong piece. That seems to be like some of your best rendering techniques. I think this character here seems to be more on the weak side. You're sort of going for like Disney-like eyes. Um, uh, yeah, but then like, yeah, I think here you've got facial elements that are much more calm and tame. This doesn't seem to be the sort of the best approach to eyes. And I think too, like some of your other characters have one solid scoop for the face. There seems to be a break here, right? So I think like those are things you just want to try and clean up. Um, let's see what else here. This might be me. I'm not sure. Um, cool. So like hair, for example. Hair, you've done really well. Like this is my favorite, one of my favorite hairdos that you did because you really understand the pieces of hair, right? But this one makes the hair looks like a helmet, right? This one you did better. It shows the pieces of the hair, but these, they look like helmet hair, right? That's something you want to try and avoid. And when you're coloring in hair, try not to do every single hair, right? Like show where hair bunches up and detail may form, and the rest can be smooth, believe it or not. That works in cartoons. Okay, good start, Danielle. I didn't mean to pick on things too hard, but I think there's some things that I can show you very quickly that'll get your face game like level 2, boom, like immediately. So, but you do have some greatness in here. Like there's things that I really don't want to see you get rid of. I think the Rugrats stuff, if I'm calling it that unfairly, I apologize. But like pieces like this, the eyes in this one, this particular character, maybe the eyes might be a little on the big side. I think those are really strong, right? Those to me are resonating. Even this piece, I think of the sort of more expressive ones. This one seems to be in that stronger category as well. This as well. That seems to be more stylistic. I like these people. They seem to be in a part of a larger universe, maybe, or a neighborhood. Okay. But some of these others, like some of the things I pointed out with the helmet hair and just kind of eyes that have a bit of strangeness, we just want to try and tighten those things up, right? That's what really makes cartoons successful, is that when you can tighten up sort of the chaotic craziness of what's going on. Okay, next we got Shannon. Hi, Shannon. Fun. So you too, you've got a language here. Scanner really just too bright on this area. All right, cool. So, and then you mixed in some new style down at the bottom. But I like your dot eye folks. They seem to be right all in a similar family, right? Where potentially they could be on their own cartoon. Like all the Simpsons have similar eyes. All the South Park characters have similar eyes, right? All the folks from Quahog and from wherever Bob's Burgers is, they all have similar eyes and styles and features. One thing I do want to recommend is if you can is if you can see the Bob's Burgers episode where they had all the animators animate just a few seconds of the entire cartoon, and I think it resulted in about 40 styles. So like the whole episode changes scene to scene, camera angle to camera angle, style, and it's amazing. It goes from like hand painted to like manga, and it's just a lot of fun. If you appreciate Bob's Burgers, it's a good one. All right, cool. So, Shannon, I think I've sort of figured out where you are. You very much have a strong children's book style where, I mean, that's and that's not a put down at all, because I wanted to be a children's book illustrator for a long time, and it's a hard business to crack. And the best of the best, man, they really deserve it. They do great things. But when you see children's illustrations, you kind of really appreciate the beauty of this this level of detail, right, in a drawing. We always think like realism is supposed to be like the best art and stuff like that. Nah, realism is a style, right? Just like this is a style, and then minimalism is a style. Marvel Comics is a style. They're all along this great continuum that is the image economy, right? So don't think because something isn't photoreal or realistic that like it's bad. Stylization is important because sometimes stories need stylization to be successful, right? So if I'm looking at these characters, right, with the dot eyes, right, maybe this is about teen drama and it's not so serious because we're looking at these characters who aren't so realistic. If we see real teens with real drama, things get kind of dark, right? And they resonate differently. So that's something I want you to consider, is that when we make a mascot, what does your mascot look like? What is the product, service, or institution it's promoting? And is that mascot's aesthetic appropriate or in concert or ironic with what is going on inside that institution? Okay. So, all right, cool. So I would say, Shan, I really like these characters you're working on. I think are super tight. I like that you're playing with different shapes of face. Like all that's a lot of fun. You're getting hair, but some of your characters do have, right? It's mostly the guys. You got some helmet heads in there going on. But right, things that now that we can work on. And then I think what you're doing, let me back up. I didn't mean to jump like that. It looks like Chandler's got to change that JPEG. some of this style, I'd like to see you work a little bit more. It seems like you're trying to bring the line quality of this to these, and I think you need to slow down and maybe sharpen your pencil, right? And let some of the fine detail really kind of like come into the fray, right? Because we want to get these eyes to be somewhat even, right, with the way that you're approaching this style. But the shading on the hair, that's tight, right? I think that can work out really well. All right, we'll proceed here, right? And we need Chandler to resave this. Thank you, Chandler. Appreciate you, buddy. Okay, and then next we've got Allie. Allie, where are your faces? All right, Allie's going to get it. She's going to do it. She's going to post it. And then here is Ida. Ah, wow, Ida. Okay. So here now your drawing technique, your style is like in full swing. All right, I have to show you. You need to see who Andrew Loomis is. Okay. Unless you know who he is already. All right, so Andrew Loomis is a famous artist, illustrator. When did he live? Oh, a long time ago. Died in 59. But Loomis came out with drawing techniques and things that like he used for in all his famous books and whatnot. So like if you look through Andrew, like Fun with a Pencil, Andrew Loomis. But Ida, when I see your style, I really see a lot of Loomis in there, right? Like I'm looking at some of these things and like I really get the sense here. I mean, you've got it. I mean, this was the 50s illustrator style, right? This was really like what a lot of these books were the only way that people could get art training. So yeah, you better believe that they were, hustling to try and get good at these different styles. Yeah, so this is just more Loomis things. But like when you look at the drawing, his construction methods, his shading methods, I mean, you really got that pretty tight. So anyhow, all right, I really like your approach on these. I mean, I can recognize some celebrities in here. I mean, you've got really interesting faces going on. Cool. So I'm guessing these are your pencils and then these are your digitals, right? You're bringing in digital pieces here. Wow, you got all sorts of folks in here. Putin, Trump. Wow, I'm not recognizing everybody. I'm not sure who this guy is. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think he's American. Nice. You got some Batman from the comics, right? This looks like some comic illustration. So I'm gathering that you're grasping from reference and things like that with what's going on. Yeah, these busts have fantastic anatomy. I mean, you've got all this stuff worked out really well. You know what's up with this line shading method. That's pretty solid. Yeah, not bad. And here, this gentleman has some interesting anatomy. His arm is kind of. Is this me again? Is that me doing my crazy hand gestures? Sorry, I'm a New Yorker. It just happens. It's how we speak. Nice. Yeah. Another artist that I think would be of interest to you would be Mr. Gibson, the Gibson girls. So, yeah, cool. Right here is how Gibson drew with this really fast ink pen style, right? So it's like when I'm looking at your stuff, and I'm guessing looks like really dark pencil or it's ink. But I mean, you come in here and things are just flawless. They're just really beautiful. So, I would recommend check out Gibson because you'll really get a sense like your line is much more organic and the angles kind of vary. And you can see in Gibson's, it's quite uniform, quite beautiful. So if that's a way you want to go, I mean, I see that harmony coming up in this face right here, right? There's definitely some proportion issues with the anatomy, not horrible, but I mean, right? Go Gibson, go all day. Just check it out. Try to adapt some of the techniques. I mean, it's really wonderful stuff. Shine is achieved from just kind of over inking areas. You'll notice that he sort of goes over sections 2 or 3 times just to sort of help, reinforce the density of the shading. And it's just like whip, 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 just lots of whips and whips, over and over and over again. There is some Charles Stanley Gibson pencils. That's an ink. Let's see if I can find a good pencil rendering of this. Maybe. No, this might be another ink. Yeah, it's definitely ink. Okay, so here's the pencil drawing that sort of occurred before the ink. All right. And here I am saying, don't draw every hair, but look at Gibson, how he draws so many hairs. I mean, it's not every hair, but there's a lot there. The thing that's really going on is that the hair is just super consistent, right? It's just that Gibson keeps his hand really steady going ba, 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 over and over and over again, right? To sort of create that density again. But Ida, you're killing it. You're doing a great job. You've got very advanced skills so far. I think, looking at the way you draw, I really want to sort of witness it in real life to see if you're doing crosses on the face, like the Loomis method, right? So here, I'll make let's see. Oh, I can't make a new. Yeah. All right, let's see. Loomis method. Oh, this is the Loomis method. You've probably seen it in a million books before and whatnot. Yeah, a lot of people take glass or balloons and they draw the cross on it, and that way you can kind of see always the angle of the face. But this is it. This is the Loomis method, right? You create a ball, put the shield on the face, and then you can sort of move things any which way you want to. So we're going to take a look at that, right? Here's a three-dimensional rendering. Looks like a whistle. So we'll look at that. We'll also look at the Riley face method, which is a little bit different. You get a little bit more of a mesh from the Riley method than you do here. So cool. Nice work, Ida. Definitely showing the strengths. Fantastic. All right. And we have Aspen. Nice. Cool. Boom. Here is your style. Like 100%. Super cool. Wow. I got to talk to you about some mangas and some animes, because you've certainly got that style, that inspiration here in a major way. I mean, even Netflix cartoons you got woven into here, right? Like Netflix cartoons. Gosh, what would be a good example? Like the Carmen Sandiego show that's out now. I guess what I would call sort of the slick, tapered aesthetic of this sort of new modern spy cartoon that also can be fantasy and a bunch of things, right? Because clearly your characters here are sword and sorcery in a major way. Fantastic. Wow, I love these. I bet you probably have a whole host of OCs, right? Original characters in places. A lot of these look like, I mean, definitely the elvish ears, little cyberpunk influence, little vampirism, little ancient stuff going on in here. Super cool. Yeah, I can't wait to see these with colors. I bet your mascot's going to be fantastic. And then the thing that I will do is I'm going to try and, while we're going to push, this is clearly your style. We have to make this like super duper. You need like a second style. You need something else you're really good at that's like an antithesis to this. Cause like, um, this is a specific look, and, I want to make sure that you're 100% marketable, right? That like, this is going to work for everything. So if you were asked to make a mascot, right? Like, would you be able to do it outside this style is a question, right? I bet the answer is yes. Cool. Oh, nice. I have one of these LED light boards. Fantastic. So then you sketch these, it looks like, and then you ink them. Fantastic. Yeah, you know what's up. Right on. Sweet. Thank you, Aspen. Okay. And it looks like we round the bend back to Anna. Awesome. Nice, guys. So we're seeing all these styles. This is just great. I'm really appreciating like how you guys are getting into all these different things. And let's see. So facial expressions. What's our due date on this? Okay. So this is due tonight. Okay. So we've got one submitted so far, right? So yeah, we're doing what is a typical cartoonist's, right? 25 expressions, right? So you can take an original character that you create, or you can do one that is existing, let's say, right? I'm all about original, but if you need to show me that through another character, that's fine. What I love about these drawings is like, notice the double pencil line, right? Sort of going back and tightening up the face, right? The key expression points, the eyes, the eyebrows, the nose, the mouth, right? Even the chin shape. So like these are really important things. The hair is the hair, right? All day. But I need you guys to like, if it's going to be an emotional thing, then show me that you're really locking up the emotional points in there. Okay. Maybe look at this is thin pencil. Maybe look at using a thinner pencil. I like using a mechanical pencil that you twist, right? Those are a lot of fun. I buy the refills and they're just like handy. Okay. And guys, this is it for us, right? Let's see. Who's submitted so far? I'm really curious to see. Hey, it's Anna. Nice, Anna. Cool. All right. I bet you probably rounded the corner with this, doing the 2. Cool. Nice. All right. Not bad. So, like I said, right, we're going to be investigating some new drawing methods, right? As far as, let me zoom. Oh boy. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right. I had done some sort of zoom in, but then another kind of zoom. Oy, all sorts of crazy. All right. So we have covered now all the assignments, right? We did it. Woo. Okay. Make sure, guys, right, that like you have in here all different things as far as connecting to inking and shading and objects, faces, all that stuff. Wonderful. Okay. This is going to really sort of help round out what we're doing here. And boom, we're going to then get into the next bit, right? Illustration styles. Because like I was saying before, illustrators need to be versatile, right? Like we are like art DJs, right? We need to sometimes remix the classics and then do something completely original. And that's what our job is. So taking a look at this, right? This is one example. So there is the styles challenge, right? I've even, not this particular artist, but I put this video of another artist trying to make this happen, right? Are you ready? I'm Scott Harris. Hey, Scott. So here is this artist sitting and talking and drawing through all the different styles. And she says, oh, I'm going to try this style first. And then she goes for it. Right. And she takes, there's looks like marker renderings. Fantastic. There it is. Right. So we're going to go through the same thing. So instead of, we've been doing stuff with like expressions and whatnot and, trying to enhance what it is that we're doing. But like with this, go all out. Right? Like use the materials you think are best. I'll put specifications in. So if you want to use markers, that's cool. If you want to use a computer, that's cool. Right? It's like, just show me that you can now effectively render in different styles. Right? Because like that's important. Right? Like an illustrator who knows styles understands the art history of illustration. Right? So when you're doing a Disney style, like, do you fully get why that's a Disney style versus, say, not like a Hanna-Barbera style, right? Like if I cited those two things, you would need to like go, well, what's a Disney cartoon? What do those look like? And what's a Hanna-Barbera cartoon? And what do those look like? So it requires literacy. So these are just the things that like, we want to make sure is present, right? And that's what's going on. So that's what's coming up next, okay? And I'm gonna we've got the turn in for it. All right. So this is definitely not due Thursday. Okay. Like, yeah. You tripping, Mike. Yeah, we're gonna have this due the following week. So I have here, right? Students will draw a unique character in 9 distinct cartoon styles in the image in this unit, right? And then take a high-res picture, all that good stuff. Okay. So yeah, we ain't doing that, right? So next week, yeah, let's do next Thursday. Yeah, that'll be fine. That'll give you guys enough time to do that because I'm asking for color and, the goods. All right. So you'll see this will update itself in my courses. And now this is the next bit that we're working on. So what do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so there's 9 here. So boom, right? Your personal style, which we're starting to really see, and then draw a character. You can draw a self-portrait, whatever you want. And then take us through, not these if you don't want to, you can use other stuff, right? Like maybe you, like, that is not all of anime right there, right? There's lots of styles that emerge from these different things. So yeah, just, choose the things that you enjoy, plug them in, make it work. Okay. And then here we have the art of illustration documentary. This one's a little bit longer. Get to the, okay, cool. The reason why we're showing this here is that this is to get you into like understanding what illustration is, how vast the world is, right? I mean, you're just going to sort of meet some of the contemporary greats. It's just a great movie. It's PBS. Whenever they do art documentaries, they're really a lot of fun because like PBS tries to know what they're talking about. And, you just sort of click through and you'll see just through the history of styles and yeah, all these great things, who people loved, comic books. Yep. So anyway, I just want you guys to check all these things out. It's all needs to be satisfied, right? You'll get a check mark. You'll drop in your style emulation project. And then, my friends, we are off to the first project, right? Where it's like, well, now we're doing vector. Well, no, now we're going to do a project. So we are going to jump in and start to create a character sheet like you see here, right? This is The Green Arrow by Alex Toth for Hanna-Barbera, 1973, Super Friends, right? I used to love this show. And yeah, we're just going to go through sort of all the pieces and all the bits. And then you guys are we'll put an assignment right here. You will turn in, and this will be your first big project, right? So it'll be full color, full everything, full original character designed by you, right? And yeah, you'll have to write something up and explain the character and talk about why they're great and all the wonderful things they're doing, okay? And then after we create that, we're going to continue to use our vector software, and we're going to create a vector portrait, okay? Yes, friends, we're going to do some portraits. It's really important that you get a portrait solid in your workflow, okay? And that you learn it vector style. Here's the vector portrait process. You can see that it's different in the way that we approach. We're going to be thinking of shadows and highlights as shapes, right? Rather than, this is sort of like where painters would be midway with a painting before they would get into fine detail, right? But this is how it goes, vector style. Then we'll get into talking about using raster software, right? Or bitmap software, Photoshop. And we're going to be using this to create a digital painting, okay? So we'll get into talking about digital painting. You can see there's the construction of the face, right? And all the detail with the different layers. I mean, like, oh yeah. And then different digital painting styles. The Riley method for faces. This I'll probably bring closer up to the top. And then you will get into the final project. And the final project for this class is a sequential narrative, right? A sequential narrative is really two things. It can be a comic book, graphic novel, or a children's story, right? So a children's book. So both of them have sequential methods of storytelling. So, right, a comic could be on one page, but it would be separated by panels. And a children's book, they definitely separate each illustration onto one page at a time or spreads. So you guys are going to go through the process of producing these types of things, right? You'll have your own story and all that great stuff. And then we'll make a presentation. So you're going to make a lot of stuff, vector style, portrait, raster style, portrait. And then we're going to get into creating original characters and a comic book, right? So like, wowee, folks, we're going through quite a bit, all right? So I know we went all the way to the end. We've just rounded strength and conditioning. Yay, great job. Okay, folks, make sure you turn in the rest of the bits that we fix the JPEG to be JPG, okay? and that we then have next week, not this week, but next week, the style emulation project. Okay, right? What's due tonight is the expressions, the facial expressions. So have fun with those, right? Get crazy. Try and use tighter pencil, right? Try to push yourself a little bit with how you go on each of them, right? And happy drawing, my friends. And I will see you guys next time. Okay, until then, keep on drawing.